I welcome all of you to this meeting, a very, very special meeting in memory of Deepak Shrivastava. A meeting in which we celebrate Deepak's life. Deepak hailed from the state of Bihar, from the eastern part of this country. He did his law from Delhi campus, and after 19 years of experience with companies, namely GSK and Kellogg's, he joined Amway India as head of legal and compliance in July 2015. In the last 6 years, he has touched all our lives. As a professional, we can go on and on about his incredible achievements. In Amway specifically, there is not a single strategic decision that we have taken where we have not sought his input or guidance. Industry has seen in Deepak one of the greatest legal minds. Amway also has been through a lot of troubled times, and it was Deepak who led us in coming out of the troubled waters. Deepak is a leader, a great leader, and a wonderful human being. That is the best way to sum up Deepak. Every team member of his, every colleague of his, every peer of his, everyone will actually not miss him, because he is so much in our minds, he is so much in our lives, that he will remain forever with us in our lives. In his college days, he used to be called Bajrangi by his friends. Very, very closely linked and associated he was with his team, and not only the team and their family members as well. In 2018, Economic Times declared him and gave him the Great Managers Award. He truly deserved it. Today, the entire industry, the entire company, we are all talking about how to live his legacy, how to continue with his great thoughts, how to continue with his values and the systems that he brought in the company. And that is what we can assure Deepak, that we will live up to his expectations. Before we proceed further, I request all of us to observe silence, a silence in which we pray to the Almighty, in which we pray for his soul to rest in peace. May we now observe silence. Thank you. As someone has rightly said, you dwell upon the beauty of life, and that is what Deepak did. He lived his life to the fullest. He loved his bikes, he loved his cars, he loved his long drives. A multifaceted personality he was. At the same time, while he had all his love and passion for bikes and cars, he was extremely and a profound spiritual person. He had immense knowledge on every subject under the sun. Today, we have a small video celebrating Deepak's life. He has done so much in his 50 years in this world. It would be impossible and very, very difficult to capture in a video. But yet, we take a glimpse of some of the great happy moments of Deepak, some of the great fond memories that we all have with Deepak. And here we present a small video celebrating Deepak's life. Thank you.
साथी रे थोड़ा ठहर जा, अभी रास्ते कुछ बदल से जाएंगे। ओ साथी रे थोड़ा ठहर जा, ये पाँव भी अब संभल से जाएंगे। फिर वही बरसात होगी और अश्क सारे दिल से जाएंगे। रोशनी दिन रात होगी और सब झरों के खुल से जाएंगे। यारा तू ही तो बंदगी है, यारा तू ही दुआ, यारा कैसी ये बेरुखी है, क्यों जुदा तू हुआ। कहना था और क्या क्या मुझे नींद क्यों आ गई फिर तुझे। रोशनी दिन रात होगी और सब झरों के खुल से जाएंगे। यारा तू ही तो बंदगी है, यारा तू ही दुआ, यारा कैसी ये बेरुखी है, क्यों जुदा तू हुआ। कहना था और क्या क्या मुझे नींद क्यों आ गई फिर तुझे। साथी रे थोड़ा ठहर जा, अभी मौसमों का बदलना बाकी है। ओ साथी रे थोड़ा ठहर जा, कुछ दूर साथ चलना बाकी है। फिर उन्हीं रास्तों पे तेरे मेरे कदमों का मिलना बाकी है। दर्द में रंजिशों में संग बुझना और जलना बाकी है। यारा तू ही तो बंदगी है, यारा तू ही दुआ, यारा कैसी ये बेरुखी है, क्यों जुदा तू हुआ। यारा तू ही तो बंदगी है, यारा तू ही दुआ, यारा कैसी ये बेरुखी है, क्यों जुदा तू हुआ। हाँ तेरे और मेरे दरमियां अब भी बाकी है एक दास्तां।
As mentioned earlier, Deepak has impacted all our lives. We all have so much to talk about Deepak. We all have so many memories, events, incidents with Deepak. He has taught us, he has guided us, he has been a great friend of ours, and every one of us has got impacted, and we all, as I said earlier, we all remember him. We'll remember him for life. We have received a lot of condolence messages from across the world. My apologies if we have not been able to capture all the messages today, but here we present some of the condolence messages that we have received. Thank you.
I have great memories of Deepak, and I've always been very fond of him. He had such sharp intellect, his point of view very strong, but he stated with extreme humility. His choice of words, I'm in the command over language. What a great professional we have lost today. Even today, many of the words in my vocabulary are all thanks to Deepak. Deepak could always hold his own ground under any situation, and he could move with all the complexities with such ease and clarity. Over the years, he became my sounding board. He had great business sense and was always bringing new ideas and a new solution to the table. He has many achievements, accolades, and success, but I think his biggest strength was his ability to call spade a spade and be equally respected by all who agreed with him, but also by all who disagreed with him. He had tremendous conviction and the ability to influence and lead others. I must tell you, we have not made a single decision in Amway in the last 5 years without Deepak's advice, without his counsel, and without his contribution. He has been such a compassionate leader and someone who went beyond office to build deeper relationships not only with his team but with their families. He was also a very casual person, and often you would see Deepak walk around in the office barefoot. It was funny because he seemed such an organized person. He was passionate about cars, we all know that. But nobody knows that even I tried his bike one day only to fall. He was gracious not to be upset with me. Being a Shiv Bhakt and a family man, sometimes when I used to call him in the evenings, he would be in his puja or attending to his family. I remember a time when we were in the middle of all the challenges and Deepak stood right beside me as a rock. A person you would want to be standing next to you. And Deepak, you were like a younger brother to me. And no matter how far you are, you will always be my shining star. And to his wife Shruti, I would say, I know your loss is immeasurable, but so is the love that's left behind. We are always there as your family. Viraj is like our own son, and we'll make sure that he leads a life Deepak would be proud of. Be strong, believe that he's around. God bless. Thank you.
Deepak was a dear colleague, a friend to so many across Amway. All of us here in the world headquarters, all of us in India and the global legal community feel his loss. He built the modern Amway legal team and the foundation on which our business in India, on which the success of our ABOs in India is based. He was a friend, he had a big heart. Even during the last year of the pandemic, he led his team with great empathy, including having wellness and yoga sessions so that everyone, even while they were at their homes and worried about so many things, they could at least take care of themselves and stay connected with each other. Deepak, you will be dearly missed. Shriti and Viraj, I feel for you. I know no words will ever fill the void that Deepak has left in your lives and in your families. Both of you, Shriti, you will always remain a part of the Amway family. On behalf of all of us here in Grand Rapids, in the world headquarters, on behalf of the entire global Amway family, our condolences. And we wish you all the strength going forward. And we all stand by you in this hour of need.
I've known Deepak for almost 2 years, since serving Amway India. Deepak is definitely one of our best legal heads in the Amway world. Deepak walked the talk of Founders Growth mindset, especially live to serve. He always had the ABO success in his heart. We miss him. I miss him. Deepak, may you rest in peace.
Good afternoon. My name is John Shirk and I'm Vice President and Deputy General Counsel of Amway. On behalf of the Amway Legal Division in Ada, Michigan, I would like to say just a few words about my colleague and my friend Deepak Shrivastava. Deepak was a dedicated and creative lawyer. When he joined Amway in 2015, he immediately set about to modernize the legal department, using his experience to create an efficient and high-performing team of lawyers and professionals. But as others will note, he always thought beyond his function, using his creative and active intellect to consider new ways of doing business, new approaches to resolving old challenges. He was not only a valued member of the legal function, he was also a strong executive who participated in Amway India's leadership team and helped drive important changes in the business. More than this, however, Deepak was an empathetic leader and a considerate person who cared deeply about his team, his colleagues, and above all, his family. One of the enduring memories that I will have of Deepak is how he modeled calm and care for his team during the early days of the pandemic. Deepak would set up a regular Zoom call with his entire team, and he would give them yoga instructions at the time. He took time out of his own life, his own personal time, to do this for the benefit of his team, helping them maintain a sense of community during a time of extraordinary isolation and helping them to focus on positive and personal development at the same time. I can tell you as well that Deepak took the time to know and understand each of his team members. He knew their strengths, their concerns, he understood their families, and he took the time to appreciate them as people beyond their role in the office. At every one-on-one meeting I had with Deepak, he would talk about his team and their concerns, their passions, and their contributions. He credited his approach to the work and support of his wife, Shriti, and it is very clear that she was an enormous influence on his life. And this is an important point. I could tell that for Deepak, family was always first. While his dedication to Amway was obvious and his care for his team was very real, his love for his family was unquestioned. In fact, he loved to talk about the activities of his young son Viraj and his whole family. He was unapologetic when he needed to set aside work to provide them with support and to be with them. And I guess this is the lasting impression that I have of Deepak. He had the rare ability to combine fierce advocacy as a lawyer with deep compassion as a human being. He was fearless in his profession. He was always prepared. He was always ready to defend the positions he believed would achieve the best result. It also turns out that he was, unexpectedly, I would say, among us lawyers, deeply caring and giving of his heart. At Amway, we talk about leading with heart. Deepak exemplified this in many ways. And so on behalf of the legal division here at Amway, we remember the best of Deepak today as we mourn his passing. He leaves behind a legacy of creativity, zealous advocacy, and compassionate leadership. We will all miss him, and we extend our deepest and heartfelt condolences to his family.
As we celebrate the life of Deepak today, please know that his family and the Amway India team will remain in our thoughts and deeply in our prayers. In addition, we'll continue to pray for the entire country of India as you go through these challenging times. Deepak was an amazing man. We thank him for his many contributions, not only to our business, but to his family and his community. All the best. You'll continue to be in our prayers.
The cruel hands of fate took you away so suddenly, Deepak. It's very unfortunate. Still cannot get to terms with it. You are such a Jindadil person. I knew. As much as we used to go to you for complex problems, I know you personally as a very caring and doting father. You had this craze about automobiles and you were so passionate about driving. Drop of a hat, you can drop to Patna, you could drive to Patna, or you could go to Mumbai, that any one of us can only think about. So many memories that comes to my mind. We had shared interest. We would share anecdotes, stories, our passion for wildlife, nature, your adventures. We'll have discussions on camera and gear. All those memories flow. I just can't keep myself away from it. What intrigued me, Deepak, was, you had such a razor-sharp mind. You were astute, professional, but you had this deep respect for tradition and your devotion for Lord Shiva. Rest in peace, my friend. those memories will be for lifetime.
In Deepak, I've lost a great friend, an amazing friend, a great personality, probably the most articulate lawyer, the most eloquent lawyer, and more importantly, the most genuine human being.
Being on the same floor as Deepak, one thing that really caught my attention was the meetings that he held in his cabin with his team. And my takeaway when I saw that was, here is a team that's working with a sense of purpose, with a man who has absolute clarity what he wants from his team. And I found that quite remarkable. And as to jokingly tell him कि आज दरबार फिर से लगा है, that I think if I can take even a bit of that and implement it in my life, that's a big learning for me from Deepak. So wherever you are, Deepak, be rest assured, I think you did a remarkable job with your team, and I'm sure Jiku and company will take that forward. So cheers, my friend.
Hello everyone. While I'm still trying to reconcile to the fact that Deepak is no more, I will always remember him for his calm demeanor and lateral thinking. We all share the pain with his family and are with them in these trying times. Let's all pray for the departed soul. Om Shanti.
The news of untimely demise of Deepak sir was a shock. Indeed, it was very difficult for me to believe that Deepak is no more. He was a thorough professional and a great human being, someone who was full of life. From 2015, as he came on board, I had the privilege of working very closely with him. We shared great professional relationship and a very strong personal bond. He was like an elder brother to me, always there to guide and inspire. I will always cherish those memories. Though the loss cause is irreparable, yet no one can question the Supreme Power's verdict. I extend my heartfelt condolences to the family and pray to the Almighty to give them strength in this hour of grief. May the Almighty God rest his soul in eternal peace. Deepak sir, you will always remain in our hearts.
Hi. I'm still not able to believe that I'm recording this for Deepak sir and I'll not be able to see him again. He was such a gem of a person. He used to be full of life and he used to always welcome anybody with so much of warmth. He was my go-to person, and whenever in doubt I used to go to him and he used to give me advices without any inhibitions. I really miss him and I wish I was able to see him again. My condolences to the family, and I also wish that wherever he is, he should be happy and he should be blessing us.
Deepak, my friend, you'll always stay in our heart. We'll always remember you. May your soul rest in peace.
My first interaction with Deepak sir left me with a feeling of togetherness. He was more of a family member than a boss to us. He was a very good team player and he knew how to promote things and push us to give him the best from our end. Deepak sir worked with a lot of dedication and passion, and he was a good orator, and he knew how to put forth his view and get the best from whatever responses he would want to have. He was an inspiration for all of us. Sir celebrated every day of his life, and he will be missed, and I believe the void left by his departure cannot be overcome. My first interaction with Deepak sir left me with a feeling of togetherness. He was more of a family member than a boss to us. He was a very good team player and he knew how to promote things and push us to give him the best from our end. Deepak sir worked with a lot of dedication and passion, and he was a good orator, and he knew how to put forth his view and get the best from whatever responses he would want to have. He was an inspiration for all of us. Sir celebrated every day of his life, and he will be missed, and I believe the void left by his departure cannot be overcome.
It is so sad to know about sudden demise of Deepak. Deepak was my boss, my teacher, a true friend, a caring brother. I always saw him as a perfect solution to any problem, a great celebration to any achievement, and a complete roadmap to any success. I salute his hard work, his dedication, his passion, and his extraordinary leadership. Time is really very tough for his family. My prayers are with Deepak's wife, Shriti Bhabhi, and his son, Viraj. And I know Deepak, wherever he is, he will always take care of his family. Miss you, Deepak.
We all are deeply saddened and affected by this tragedy. Losing a boss like Deepak sir is something which can never be recovered. I had this opportunity to work under his guidance for more than 5 years. And I still remember he used to say, I have the best team. He used to love his team. He used to always guide us, mentor us, motivate us. He used to say, keep growing, keep challenging yourself. We all know that he was a great leader and a thorough professional. But at the same time, he was a very kind human being. He used to support each one of us, whether it is any official work, whether it is any personal advice, any suggestion for travel. He used to always guide us. But who knows that he has such a short time and he will leave us so soon. You will be eternally missed and never forgotten, Deepak sir. My prayers and thoughts are with Shriti ma'am and the entire family during this tough time.
It is very difficult to record this message because my hand is still not accepted that Deepak sir is not with us. He lived his life like a king. He lived his life to the fullest. And at the same time encouraged each one of us that you should also live your life like a king. Live your life to the fullest. There should be no regret, Arjun. He used to say this. He was caring, gentle, emotional, dedicated to his profession, a passionate leader. He loved his team. He loved each one of us. He cared for each one of us. Whenever we used to go to him with something, he never pointed out mistakes. He always said, go back and think big. Think from an organizational point of view and then come back. He used to say this. His one-liners during meetings, lightened up any atmosphere. No matter what the situation was, he made each one of us laugh. In tense situations also, he made each one of us laugh through his one-liners. His thought process was amazing. He guided on everything, be it personal, be it professional, on everything. You will be missed, boss. I'll miss you. I'll miss you a lot, boss. Jai Shri Ram, boss.
If you had any question and you simply walk up with Deepak Shrivastava, he will give the answer and you don't even need to Google it out. Had the opportunity to work with him for 5 years and it was terrific. He was the perfect guide, mentor, a big brother to all of us. You want him at 1 o'clock at the night and he is there for you. We'll always cherish the time spent together, Deepak sir, the rides that we have done, the drives that we have done. We have covered almost entire length and breadth of this country together. The loss is irreparable and the void that has been created really can never be filled. Miss you, Deepak sir.
Jai Shri Ram, Deepak sir. All our meetings, all our discussions, and I think all our conversations always started with Jai Shri Ram. And we will continue to always say this and remember you forever. Deepak sir was one in a million. There's nobody like him that I've known, and it's very, very difficult to find somebody who is he was like an ocean of knowledge, who is so detail oriented, who is so meticulous, so articulate, and who's an amazing person, gem of a person. Lots of love to Deepak sir. We will miss you.
The loss of a dear person and the loss of a loved one, the void created by it, no words can ever kind of fill that void. time will kind of have to take care of it. Having said that, I have some very fond memories, nice memories with having spent the time with Deepak. And one of the most common ones always was our love for driving, right? Most people, Deepak's friends and people who knew Deepak knew his love for driving, and of course bikes. And so we used to exchange a lot of thoughts on long drives. And as recent as in March, when I did this drive from Bangalore to Gurgaon, Deepak had shared his inputs, and he would always be very keen to know how I did it, how did it go, when did I reach, what was the time taken, and things like that. And he gave me some very valuable tips for long range driving. And some of you would know, he was known. The longest he told me, or one of the long drives that he did in a short time, was Mumbai to Delhi, and he's done it twice. Once in 16 hours and once in 19 hours. Well, I fondly remember those discussions we've had, and I pray to the one above to give peace to his soul. And Om Shanti.
We have come to the end of the meeting, and I would like to assure and give full confidence to Shriti and Viraj, Deepak's family, that we stand strong as Amway India with his family, with you, and that relationship will remain for life. I would like to thank all of you who have remembered, who have shared your memories, who have joined us today. This, as I said earlier, is indeed a very special meeting. A time that we have spent has been to celebrate Deepak's life, to assure Deepak wherever he is that he will remain in our minds for life, forever. Once again, thanks to all of you for taking the time to join us in this meeting. Before we end, we would like to present a song to celebrate Deepak, his life, a song that will make us remember Deepak for life. Rest in peace, my friend Deepak. Be rest assured, stay assured that we are all there standing united with your family. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Viraj Deepak. Viraj Shrivastava Deepak Kumar Shrivastava's son. I'm 7 years old.
That's Viraj, and Deepak loved him the most in this world. Everything that he did, it was only for Viraj. He made lots of plans for Viraj, and whatever he loved doing, he has ensured that Viraj is going to carry that legacy. His legacy of puja. He loved doing puja, and Viraj also loves puja. He loves car, just like his father. And Deepak was very traditional person, and I want to take care that Viraj follow his footsteps. For me, it's very painful to even speak, because for me, like I had so strong faith in him that nothing will happen to him. He was such a strong-willed person, such a strong person, that this is like, even trauma is a small word to describe how I feel. But I know he was loved by so many, and I thought I wanted to convey what he was like as a family man, as a husband, as a father. One thing I will tell you, that he loved his team members a lot, and there was no such difference as personal versus professional. He brought all his team members at home, and they were like family members. I have this emotional connect with Amway India because even at the last minute they stood by us. They took care of everything. So I have no words to thank Anshu and Jiku and Arjun especially, who went to the hospital and stood by me at the toughest and the darkest time. If Deepak was here, he would have really been very articulate as he was, but I won't be able to do justice to even speak what he was like. He was a perfectionist. He was very meticulous. He had a vision of becoming a legal director in his early 40s, which he achieved. He was very, very dedicated to his team members, and his whole focus was how to achieve targets and how to achieve victory in cases. And he always believed in taking care of his team members' family and ensured that they were doing well. It's very unfortunate. I just want to say, for those who don't know, that Deepak was very, very careful about the second wave of pandemic. In fact, I was not that serious as he was serious. He was being very particular. He was following all safety measures. And even when he got COVID, he was very strong. He tried all possible medical treatment, and he was very strong with this will that he will come out of it. But he fought very hard till the end. He fought really hard, and for me it's very difficult to accept that he's no more. I just want to convey that his name will continue to shine, and his son will take care of taking it forward. And I want to thank each and every person who gave love to Deepak and made his life a happy life. I don't know each and every one of you, but I know everyone who's here really is in shock, is in deep pain, and I just want to say that he loved everybody he met, and he gave 100% to the person and tried his best to help.
If tears could build a stairway and memories a lane, we'd walk right up to heaven and bring you back again. It broke our hearts to lose you, but you did not go alone. For part of us went with you the day God called you home. God looked around his garden and he found an empty place. And then he looked out upon the earth and he saw your precious face. He put his arms around you and he lifted you to rest. God's garden must be beautiful. He always takes the best. Yes, he always takes the best. We knew that you were suffering. We knew you were in pain. We knew you would never get well on this earth again. So you closed your weary eyes and he whispered, peace be thine. Then he took you up to heaven, so gentle and so kind. God looked around his garden and he found an empty plate. And then he looked out upon the earth, and he saw your precious face. He put his arms around you, and he lifted you to rest. God's garden must be beautiful, he always takes the best. Oh, God's garden must be beautiful, he always takes the best.